Texas League Baseball is next. And welcome into the San Antonio Missions Baseball here on 10.7 KKYX on the radio and here on YouTube Live. And now, here's the star of the show, John Baker. Well, thank you, Bob, and boy, what a night we had last night. It was fun. I gotta say, I hope we can win another this evening as we get set for the second game of our three-game set between the visiting Amarillo Sod Poodles, Arizona Diamondbacks affiliation, and your San Diego Padres, your San Antonio Missions. Two teams will conclude this short three-game set tomorrow afternoon. First pitch at 1:05, our gates open at 12 noon. So be here or be square. It just, the old saying. Well, anyway, we are on the road after that as we take on a 6-game set at Corpus Christi. And then we are back on Tuesday, April 15th as we take on a 6-game set with the Northwest Arkansas Naturals for the next leadoff 6 home games. Well, I'm joined in the booth by my partner, Bob. Good evening, Bob.
Good evening, John. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Well, I am doing good. Thank you for asking.
Boy, the weather is a big factor tonight. Like last night, we've seen the rain. Today, it's cloudy skies, temperature down 62 degrees.
Hey, I gotta say, that's pretty good.
And I tell you one thing, I'm looking at the Doppler radar right now. Amarillo is getting snow.
Are they? I didn't know about that.
Yeah. And I will say this cold front is coming in. Midland will definitely see snow tonight as they take on their second game against Arkansas. And, yeah, pretty good one about that. The Rockhounds won 7-5 against the Arkansas Travelers, which that was a pretty good game. Now they're 1-0. Arkansas is 0-1. San Antonio is 1-0. Amarillo is 0-1. And pretty much this game is going to decide who's going to win 2-0. It could be San Antonio, or it could be a split tie at 1-1.
Yeah, I got to say, John, I think you're right about one thing, but we have to see these prospects in works. And by that, I mean everybody has to work as a team and work like you never seen them before. But, you know, you got a first, second, and third. You got shortstop, and then right center and left fielders working like nothing else. I mean, a San Antonio defense like these boys, like center fielder, Joshua Mears, he was pretty good last night, being up in center. Second season in a row with San Antonio. And yes, he is a well-defined prospect for the Padres organization. That's right, Bob, and I will say, hey, you know, you pretty much told me everything about the Padres, and, you know, and I got to say, there's a guy up there by the name of Sam Levitt. He's up there right now in San Diego, and pretty much he was the voice of the Sod Poodles back in 2019. And, well, he almost had a second season, but due to COVID and the restrictions that we had in 2020, the minor leagues were canceled, and it would have been San Antonio's second season in AAA baseball under the Milwaukee Brewers and the Pacific Coast League. But evidently, we're back to Texas League baseball. I mean, after, how long has it been? 6 years after AAA ball. And pretty much we are brand new with these teams. We're a 10-team Texas league. And we got Wichita and Amarillo added to the list. Amarillo getting the affiliation of the Arizona Diamondbacks. San Antonio got their affiliation, the San Diego Padres, back during Christmas time of 2020. And pretty much it was really good. I'll never forget all about that. But anyway, in our broadcast today, we talk about a lot of things. And yes, the weather is a big factor. Like last night, we saw the rain and the lightning, and we got a little rain, possibly maybe hail up to pebble size. But out there in Brady, Texas, where my parents are from, well, they got the hail and the wind, the lightning, and boy, it was something else when you think about it. And so far, now with Amarillo getting snow, Midland getting snow, and hard freezes coming in. And yeah, so far I think a lot of us might have to turn on the heaters and drip the faucets and stuff, but I don't know if it's going to get that cold. Maybe it will. Probably 45 here in San Antonio as this April cold front comes in. I mean, last season we haven't had an April cold front. I mean, it was nice and hot. It was about 95 to 100 degrees, triple digits. You know, people coming out, putting sunscreen on, and a lot of other stuff, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I got to say, John, absolutely right. But when it comes to the sunscreen and being out in the triple-digit heat, it's most importantly that you stay hydrated, that you find some shade, and always remember, do not cool down too fast or you could make yourself sick at that point. Yeah, good deal on safety tips there, Bob. And yes, severe weather. We talk about severe weather, and pretty much if you see lightning or you hear thunder, you're not close for being struck. And so far, you're out at the ball game and there's thunderstorms. Yeah, you better make sure that you stay near the concourse area or the buildings. Underneath would be pretty good. And well, so far, it could get pretty ugly during this thunderstorm season. Well, besides having the snow out in Amarillo and Midland this evening, we've got a big wave of strong to severe thunderstorms pushing east out of Oklahoma. And I will say, I mean, those storms look severe. What are your reactions on that there, Bob? Well, I'll tell you one thing. A lot of people may be affected by those storms. And yesterday, the AA Texas League in the north, Wichita at Springfield got rained out, and looks like again tonight they'll get rained out again. I mean, we'd have to see and find out on that. Good idea. Bob, go ahead and take a look at that weather and stuff. And yeah, pretty soon it will be time for our first pitch of the ball game. And yeah, we are getting right on to that. Let's see, 47 degrees, a freeze watch for Brady. Boy, it is cold. Low temperature, 38 degrees as we go through this evening. I bet the fans up there in Midland are staying nice and warm. It will be 38 degrees right now. Low temperature is at 34. Cloudy skies and wind chills coming in. So yeah, pretty much it's cold. It's a cold one. But here in San Antonio, it's 61 degrees. And the cold front's coming in 45 as the sun goes down. By 9 o'clock, partly cloudy. Well, probably a cloudy evening as we're going to see through the remainder of tonight. And yeah, it will get down into the 40s by midnight for Sunday morning. But anyway, we'll go ahead and give you your forecast for Sunday as we get ready to wrap up the 3-game set against Amarillo here in San Antonio. The first pitch at 1:05 p.m. A look at partly cloudy skies with a high of 63. It will be very pleasant as we go through tomorrow, but Sunday evening, it will be chilly, 39 degrees, the low temperature. Clear skies, it will be, with north-northwest winds at 10 to 15 miles an hour. Monday, road travel, clear, low 44, and pretty good on that. Boy, just hear the wind right outside of the booth's windows. So, yeah, it's one of them things, by golly. But anyway, just a cloudy evening here in San Antonio, and not ready for the second game of this 3-game series. Okay, so we are getting a game reading, and it looks like Arkansas at Midland has been postponed tonight. So they will probably make up tomorrow. 2 games to round out a Sunday afternoon. Probably first game at 3, second game at 5:05. But evidently, for those that don't know, Arkansas at Midland has been postponed. So, yeah, that's pretty sad right there. Well, there as they take on Wichita. Cardinals are in front of the lead 2-0 against the wind surge. Boy, fans are bundled up. It's chilly, and they're seeing the cold as well. They're in Springfield. They're at shores of Blue River. It kind of takes me back to 2018 when I went down to Midland and saw the Rockhounds take on the Springfield Cardinals. And, yeah, evidently 33 degrees. That was no laughing matter. It was chilly. Well, I bet it was there, John. I bet it was. People getting ready to take the seats on the second game of our home opening season. So pretty good on that as we have our starters warming up, and relief starters will warm up as well. Well, this broadcast is brought to you in part by West Creek Trail Rides. And Bob, tell us all about West Creek. Well, thank you, John. And I got to say, West Creek Trail Rides, $50 for a horseback ride. But if you do it online and you book, you're going to pay $53. But anyway, pretty good on that as well. The Missions are proud sponsored with West Creek here in the show 2025. And don't forget our other proud sponsors as well. No, whoa. Hold up a minute there, Bob. You're forgetting something else out. There is, if you are there at the ranch, there at West Creek, any military member will pay $40 for a horseback ride. So if you are military that's currently serving or retired, and you show proof of your military ID, well, you get a good discount there at the ranch. So that's pretty good. Yeah, it is. Well, umpires are coming out now as we get set for this one, as lineup cards will be exchanged through both of our San Antonio and Amarillo managements, and pretty good on that. Don't forget also our proud broadcast is brought to you in part by Dr. Pepper. $2 drinks when we come back, taking on Northwest Arkansas on Tuesday, April 15th. Concession stands at $2 for Dr. Pepper and all concession stand items. So pretty good on that as well. Well, umpires are out with the managers, and they are exchanging lineup cards in this one. No, it's going to be a pretty good evening, but cloudy skies as we go throughout. Boy, traffic is going smoothly on Highway 90. Just going towards Del Rio and past downtown San Antonio, which that is also good. See your flags blowing out to the center field area, which that's pretty nice. So yeah, we will be ready to play baseball in 5 minutes from now as we hit the 7 o'clock hour. And just want to thank everybody that came into our second game pregame show. Don't forget our third and final game of this 3-game series against Amarillo tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Pregame show at high noon, so I got to say, we're going to do really good. Right, partner? Yeah, I got to say, John, absolutely right about that. So, yeah, pretty nice indeed. We'll be right back on our proud broadcast of Texas League Baseball. First pitch is 4 minutes away, and hope you guys are about ready to get in front of the TV and enjoy the baseball that we have tonight. So anyway, we'll be back right after our commercial messages. This one brought to you apart by West Creek Trail Rides, proud sponsor of your San Antonio Missions. All right, Missions about ready to take the field on this game this evening. And pretty much, yes, everybody coming in jackets as the code front comes in. Well, about ready for the Star Spangled Banner, and we'll get ready to take you downstairs as we get ready to do that. So let's get after it. Well, evidently, I guess we're having some technical issues. Pretty much, well, the mission players are out on the field, getting ready to take their positions in a few minutes. So glad everybody is joining in, even in our live chat as well. Boy, the wind is howling. Well, you can hear it through that window, right, Bob? I gotta say, John, absolutely right. As everybody knows, 7:03 our time. As we get ready to go. Pretty much they wrapped up the national anthem, and so far, Mission's now taking the field. And yes, here come out the boys. All right, well, who's our starter tonight there, Bob? Ryan Burgert. Boy, he's coming out. And that 94-mile-an-hour slider, changeup, two-seam fastball, a sweeper. Also, well, that's one thing that these guys need to look out for. Well, Manuel Pena is getting us started here tonight. And so far, we are about ready to hold off on that for just a few minutes as they're going to back off and get something going with warm-up tosses. Well, Manuel Pena will be the first one for Amarillo here in this one. We'll give the pitcher a little bit of time to do his warm-up tosses, and we'll be good on that. All right, boys. Well, is everybody excited? Let's play ball. Leading off for Amarillo is Manuel Pena. And then he gets a big, fat, automatic ball on him, and that's ball one early on. Here we go, and the pitch, that one swing and a miss, and we are off and running here this evening. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cloudy evening, right, Bob? Yeah, and people are in their jackets. Yeah, that is for sure. That one high in the air, up to left field. Fabian in the left position gets that one, and that is out number 1. Time now to look over at the visiting starting lineups for Amarillo this evening. And Bob, I got to say, everybody did pretty good, but they lost the game to San Antonio. Final score was the Missions 3, Amarillo 2. Shortstop in second batter position is Tommy Troy, as he comes in and he's ready to go. The pitch by Burgert is in for a strike, and it's 0-1. Here's the 0-1. That one outside, 1-1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Here's the pitch. That one down and in. That's 2-1 right now. Two balls and 1 strike in the pitch. That one right there, and that will get to Cedeno's glove. And that is out number 2.
First baseman, Jackson Feltner.
That'll bring in Jackson Feltner. He plays tonight, the first base area. 2 away, nobody on. Could be a productive 1-2-3 half inning. And that one is blistered. High in the air, deep to left, and that is out of here, as you could say. Oh my goodness. And boy, Amarillo gets a home run today by first baseman Jackson Feltner. Boy, and they just come in and 426 foot, 112.5 miles an hour. Boy, and tell you one thing, that was a good base hit right there. Next batter up is Gino Groover. Coming in for Amarillo. That one is hit high in the air, up to left field. Fabian will be on pursuit, and that is the third and final out. But Jackson Feltner will get a run in for Amarillo. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on. So we head to the bottom of the first inning. Amarillo up ahead by 1-0 as San Antonio gets ready to come in to bat. Right after our commercial messages here in this one. About ready for the bottom of the first right now for the Missions Baseball Network. Well, we got a right-hander, Austin Pope, on the mound for the Sod Poodles. And what do we know there, Bob? Boy, that four-seamer is probably a big factor of his pitch command. He's got a slider, curveball, changeup, and a sweeper as well in that one. Well, batting in the bottom of the first inning for the Missions, left fielder and leadoff batter, Albert Fabian. Boy, taking in strike one. And as he gets in there and starts getting things going. That one right there hit to the short or second base area. And that is out number one. And we'll give you the San Antonio starting lineups. And yes, we do have new prospects that started yesterday on opening night. We have Ethan Salas, Jacob Campbell, Cole Roederer, Yendry Rojas, Nerwillian Cedeno, and Leo Dallas DeVries. So pretty good on that as well. Ethan Salas, tonight the San Antonio catcher behind the plate. So far, pretty good. That one right there, in for a strike. It's 0-2. Boy, gray skies this evening as we get things going. And that one's going to be blistered high in the air. And that is through. Gone. And it's a tied ball game for the Missions. No doubt about that. Ethan Salas gets his first home run of the season. And we are tied with Amarillo at 1-1. 376 foot, 108 miles an hour on that one. But by golly, the fans are cheering now. Now, continuing on this half inning, third batter, center fielder Joshua Mears, trying up for the Missions. One away, nobody on. A solo shot to the right field area, past the scoreboard. And if that doesn't surprise you, then what will? By golly. Well, that's out number two, and number 50 will claim the first strikeout for Amarillo on the hill. The fourth batter is Marcos Castañon. He's the first baseman. Pretty good right there in this one. And the pitch. And he's going to bunt his way on. And that is going foul, so the count 0-2. And right there, they get him looking. Strike 3 called, and that will officially do her in. 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on. As we played 1 here this Saturday night, and it's 1-1 our score. Well, the next batter is Gavin Conticello as he starts at the top of the second inning for Amarillo when we come back in our live broadcast. Top of the second inning for Amarillo coming up in the Missions Baseball Network. Top of the second inning for Amarillo. Oh, do apologize there. And yeah, we've got the broadcast on the computer as well. Gavin Conticello coming in now as we lead off the second inning for the Sod Poodles here tonight. And the pitch. And that's down and in for a strike. It's 0-1. 5-6-7 do top a second inning here in this one. That's a good thing that fans wear jackets. Change up, and that's a swing and a miss. 0-2 the count. Well, there's one thing you got to look out for there, John, is when you swing and a miss like that, you're not showing no plate discipline on that one. Boy, Ryan Berger gets the first strikeout. And that's out number 1. Kevin Sim coming in as he takes the ball outside. Want to know the count now to the DH. Boy, tell you one thing, on a 59-degree night, I guess it's better to say we get a break from the heat for a little bit. Yeah, for sure. But anyway, hey, it's okay if we could say that. Not like up there in Amarillo where it's snowing right now and freezing cold out there in Midland. Here's a 2-0. Down and outside, 3 balls, no strikes, and on deck left fielder Anderson Rojas. Boy, a 3-0 count. Tie ball game 1-1 against the Missions and Amarillo. And the pitch. And that one is 3-1 the count. Boy, he's holding up really good. He just has to hold up for ball 4. And yep, there it is. Ball 4, as we all know it. And the walk allowed by Ryan Berger.
Rojas.
And that's going to bring in Anderson Rojas. Well, Rojas coming in the stretch right there. That's chopped foul, the changeup, and that's 0-1. Well, evidently tomorrow it's supposed to be nice. Partly cloudy skies with 65 degrees our temperature.
1-1.
That one outside, 1-1 the count. Well, it feels like fall, doesn't it? When we had these little winter spells. Yeah, I gotta say, John, feels like Thanksgiving, Christmas, or even New Year's. When you pop fireworks on January 1st, 2025, or whatever year you pop them on. Yeah, for sure. 2 balls and 1 strike to Rojas. Runner at first, 1 away, and that is going to be chopped foul, and I'll head to the benches. Here's a 2-2. That one fouled off again. Still staying alive at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 one more time. And that's going to be line drive up the left. That's a base hit. And that's going to get into some extra bases, and that's going to put runners at second and third.
Batting 8, the center fielder, number 13.
Amarillo trying to even the score of losing last night as San Antonio wins the opener of a 3-2 victory. Now that'll bring in the 8-hole batter, Alvin Guzman. As he comes in. And the pitch. That one is chopped foul. And the count now 0-1. Guzman playing center field tonight for the Sod Poodles. And pretty nice on that. Runners at second and third, 1 away. Top of the second inning. Tied at 1-1. The 0-1. Right there in the end for a strike. It's 0-2.
No ball. 2 strikes.
So, John, tell me about your visit to Midland. What was it like? And, you know, you probably had fun with your brother, your uncle, your dad. Oh, yeah. Well, that one evening back in 2018 when Midland had their old look, you know, logo and mascot and just all types of stuff. So we're out to the ball game one evening, and gotta say it was pretty nice. Well, Ryan Berger getting that strikeout, and that's out number 2. Runner still holding second and third. Now, evidently, we watched Midland take on Springfield that one night. The temperature's down 33 degrees, freezing cold. We were bundled up in blankets, and after that night, well, Springfield got whooped by a final score 10-0. Midland wins that one. And I won't ever forget about that. That's when the Texas League was a 8-team Texas League. You know, you had San Antonio, Midland, Frisco, and Corpus Christi. Then you had Springfield, Tulsa, Northwest Arkansas, and Arkansas.
1-2.
And I know for a fact Amarillo and Wichita was not around. But evidently San Antonio got Amarillo created. The Sod Poodles got under the affiliation of the Padres back in 2019. 2 years, 19 and 20, but there was no 2020 season due to the fact that we had COVID that year. Well, right there, strike 3 is that's a swing and a miss, and Berger gets that one. And that's 2.5. So, no runs on a hit, no errors, and 2 left on As we head to the bottom of the second, Jacob Campbell will lead us off when we come back. Bottom half of the second inning set to go here on the Missions Baseball Network. Now, Jacob Campbell coming in as we get set for this half inning. Teams tied at 1 apiece here in this one.
Ball, no.
That one down and in, 1 ball and no strikes. 5, 6, 7 due up bottom of the second inning for San Antonio. 2 balls, no strikes. Great hold up. Gotta say, John, that's all it takes is a great command at the plate. That's what gets the great hold up started. Yeah, for sure.
2 balls, 1 strike.
2 balls, 1 strike the count. Probably gonna need to put some extra blankets on my bed tonight. Why not? You're talking about the nighttime sleep and stuff? Yeah, for sure. And right there, ball 4 as Amarillo gets a walk on the pitcher, Austin Pope. Boy, Cole Roederer coming in now. Runner at first after that inherited walk by the 5th batter. And that's going to be right there to second. They get 1. They get 2. And that's a 4-6-3 double play.
Third baseman, Rojas.
And boy, that will literally kill it right there, as that will pretty much erase the hit. And that'll bring up Yendry Rojas. That is up the center, and that's through for a base hit.
Batting 8, the second baseman, Williams.
Second baseman is Nerwillian Cedeno. Coming in, that one high and outside, 1 ball and no strikes. So yes, got a lot of cloud cover and the wind is blowing. And you know, we could have a lot of hard hit balls due to the wind. I mean, evidently we've seen 2 left the yard this evening. And saying that we could have more on the way tonight.
That's a ball.
Well, after the game tonight, stick around. We got the best fireworks show, courtesy of West Creek and Dr. Pepper. Also, our doubles. If a missions player gets a double,
Ball 3.
and evidently, and that everybody in tonight's attendance will get that double meat cheeseburger coupon, courtesy of our friends at Whataburger. 3-1 to Nerwillians to Daniel. He gets in. Full count, 3-2. But by golly, things are starting to get good. That one's high in the air, up to left. Runs it down, the left fielder does, and that's the end of the second inning. Well, no runs on a hit, no errors. And 1 left. So top of the third inning as we're tied at 1 apiece here on this Saturday night. Manuel Pena will lead it off to the Sod Poodles when we come back here in this one. Well, about set for the third inning for Amarillo right here on the Missions Baseball Network. The leadoff batter, left fielder, is Manuel Pena. I think he's left fielder tonight. Well, it takes a strike inside. It's 0-1. Well, the sun, evening sun, trying to peep through those clouds. We'll say they are fluffy, not severe looking, but
1 ball, 1 strike.
evidently now an automatic ball being called on, as that's 1-1 the count. Here's the pitch to him, and that is outside, 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
But by golly, things are getting pretty interesting here, and so far in this night here at Wolf Stadium, San Antonio. That one is hit high in the air. Castañon in foul grounds will make the grab, and that's out number 1.
The batter, number 4.
So after tomorrow's game, we head off to Corpus Christi. The shortstop Tommy Troy comes in. Could have wished we would have stayed home a little bit longer. Maybe a 9-game homestand, but evidently we know that that doesn't happen overnight. Shortstop Tommy Troy coming in. Boy, takes a strike inside. It's 0-1. Boy, pretty good in this game as fans are coming in. Jackets are on. Well, cloudy night tonight. Now that cold front stretching from Amarillo to Midland. Rockhounds and Travelers do not play tonight due to the cold weather. And right there in the inside corner, that's a strikeout. And that's the fourth one tonight for San Antonio.
Jackson Feltner.
And that is pretty good shot by the umpire cam. I absolutely love that shot. It's beautiful. Well, here is Jackson Feltner as he comes in.
Ball one.
Boy takes that one down at the knees, ball one. Feltner last time up had that solo shot. The first inning is 1 for 1. And we'll say the bottom of the third. And he's going to drop it right there. And he has time to recover, and that's the inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. We're through 3.5 and still tied at 1-1. So back here for more Texas League baseball as Leodalis DeVries coming in for the Missions here in the bottom of 3. Well, this one brought to you in part by West Creek Trail Rides. Bob, what do we say? Let's give our fans the ride of their lives as we give you the honors of saying where to go. You can visit westcreektrailrides.com and book your online appointment for a horseback ride. Don't forget you will pay $53 when you book online, but if you come to the ranch or you call the owner, then you just pay $50. If you are military, show proof of your military ID, then you get that military discount, and you save pretty much a good one. That is right there, Bob. I think it's $45, I do believe, when you come to the West Creek Stables, and pretty good at that. Also, for our camps coming up in June, we're just super excited that everybody will get ready to come out and have a good time with us as we have kids camp and Bandina camp coming up as well on that in Bandera, Texas. Well, anyway, we're about ready for the bottom of the third in just a few short moments, and we'll be back here on the show. This broadcast is brought to you in part by KKYX here in San Antonio. Listen to us on the air or right here on YouTube Live. This is our true home of San Antonio baseball. It's 104.7 KKYX. You could join the broadcast there, and you are good to go. Well, thank you, Bob. And also, we are pretty much broadcasting here, and we've been doing it for the past 4 seasons already. Well, this is our 5th, Season 5, Episode 2 of our 10-term lease with a Texas League. And Oh boy, I love the Texas League. They are great. I mean, first time around, I've been with the Midland Rockhounds during the time of my uncle Robert Baker. And yes, pretty much he died on March 25th, 2017 due to drug overdose. But anyway, we honor him on baseball and remember him as we play these games. You know, evidently we are going to have some time called before the bottom of the third inning for the Missions. Yes, we do have the crazy jalapeno pepper coming out. That's jalapeno. You see him going down, walking behind home plate. Yeah, fan. Ooh, you got a Texas Cowboy in that fan. Boy, howdy. I think he knows how to ride a horse, doesn't he? Well, I think so, John. So, Bob, you got a cowboy hat, right? Yeah, for sure. And you do too, right? Yeah, I do indeed. Boy, with the cloud cover, it certainly makes it like a winter evening. Yeah, it sure does. So give us a little bit as we'll be right back for the bottom of the third inning for San Antonio. As we have our commercial break here. And so far, we're about ready to go. Bottom of the third inning as Leodalis DeVries coming in. Austin Pope pitches and deals, and they're an inside for a strike. And it is 0-1. Boy, we're tied ball game. 1-1 as both sides have put a run in to score in the top of the first and bottom of the first innings. And that is going to be right there. Laced up to right. That's going to get down. Base hit. And that's going to first. Guts going to second. And he's going to have a stand-up double meat cheeseburger coupon for everybody in the audience. Well, by golly, he hit that ball pretty hard right there, John. Yeah, he sure did. Boy, lead off first double of a Saturday night. And it's cheeseburgers on the house, courtesy of our friends there, Whataburger. Left fielder Albert Fabian coming in as he gets ready to go. The pitch. That is lifted high in the air up to right and tagging up. Oh, never mind. He ain't going to tag up. He's going to go back to second, as that's not going to get far enough for him to advance that second base area. Well, that is a smart move. Catcher is Ethan Salas. Home run in the first is 1-1. I want to tell you one thing, this ball game staying tight as it is. And that is right there up to right, and that's a base hit. And got corners loaded, first and third. Boy, and that's like cage lightning right there when you get a base hit. Now here's the center fielder, Joshua Mears. As he comes in and takes a strike in there, and it's 0-1. Well, we got a great crowd tonight, right, Bob? Absolutely. Even though it is chilly. And right there in the end, we got strike two. Yep, for sure. First and third with one away here in this one. And the pitch. That one is hard hit. Deep to left. And that's going to hit the wall. And that's going to put runners at second and third. The run in to score, and San Antonio retakes back the lead. It's now 2-1. Boy, and he really hit that ball hard, didn't he? Yeah, he sure did there, Bob. Fourth hole hitter, that is Marcos Castañon. Castañon is coming in, and boy, he takes a strike inside. It's 0-1. 0 for 1 strikeout by Castañon. Austin Pope for Amarillo at 33 pitches for his first 3 innings. And that one driven nicely deep to left, and that is gone! A home run! And San Antonio, boy, they come like cage lightning. Kaboom! That one for San Antonio will shake the shingles off your house. What the heck do you mean by that there, John? I'm just kidding. That didn't make no sense whatsoever. But I tell you one thing, that is pretty good. The 4 runs come in, and Jacob Campbell coming in as well. Right fielder position for him tonight. Well, San Antonio wins this one. It'll be 2 back-to-back wins. Unlike last year in 2024, where San Antonio won a big majority against Amarillo, it was pretty good. Yeah, I gotta say, John, they really got after it. Boy, Cole Roederer coming in now as that's 2 away, and nobody on after a 4-run inning.
No balls.
Well, it's now 5-1 San Antonio in this game.
Yep.
And that one inside for a strike. It's 0-2. Well, we got a lot of fans up here watching from our ballpark, and yes, people staying nicely warm up there in Amarillo. Marcos Castañon getting in 4 runs on 5 hits, no errors, and they leave 1 left on. Top of the 4th coming up, San Antonio leading it 5-1. As we head to the top of the 4th inning, as Gino Groover will come in for the Sod Poodles. And we'll be right back after our third 3 innings break. And we'll be right back. About set to go for the fourth inning right here on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, that will bring up Gino Groover as he leads things off for Amarillo. San Antonio 5, Amarillo 1 this ball game, game 2 of our 3 games. And the pitch. That one driven up to center. Under it is Joshua Mears. Makes the grab. And that is out number 1.
Now batting, the right fielder, Gavin Conicello.
That'll bring in Gavin Conticello. Coming in for the Sod Poodles here this evening. That one up to right field. Campbell under it, makes the grab, and that's out number 2. Quickly 2 retired in this half inning.
Sim.
Designated hitter is Kevin Sim. Walk in the second inning. Here's the pitch by Berger. And that's in by the knees. That's a strike 0-1. Nothing in 1. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. And he's quickly in the hole. Now 0-2. Ouch. Well, that's pretty much what happens when you get down in the hole and realizing that you were down there for a brief period of time. If you could come through and get a base hit where you need it to go, then that would be good as well, for sure. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And right there in the inside corner, strike 3. He can't believe it as he walks back to the dugout, and that will do it. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one on for Amarillo. 4.5 as San Antonio leads it 5-1. Next batter up is Yendry Rojas as he leads it off for the bottom of 4 here on this evening. So stay tuned. We got more on the way as we go through the second game of our 3-game set with the Missions and Sod Poodles. Well, about set for the bottom of the fourth inning. And here is Yendry Rojas. Back from Missions Baseball right now. Thank you, Bob. And yes, here we go again. Up there, it's ball one. Well, sky looking a ominous gray. But all-knowingly, wind and cloud cover is cool. That one is up to center, and that is a shortstop missing it.
Now batting, the second baseman, Williams.
And time is being called as here comes the skipper for the Sod Poodles. And that is going to do for the starter, number 50. Well, he's given up 5 runs in this game alone, and he could get credited with the L if the bullpen doesn't come around and win this one for the team. Spencer Geisting coming in, 4-seam slider, curveball, changeup, 2-seam fastball, but we know that the 4-seam fastball of his is a 96 mile an hour, but evidently going pretty good as he comes in and starts throwing for relief. Second baseman, Norwillian Cedeno coming in as he flew out last time, 0 for 1. Runner at first, nobody out after that outfield single. Well, the shortstop really missed that ball. Got down on the knees and tried to get it. It went past him, and so far the center fielder had to come in and show the reinforcements. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Runner at first, nobody out. That one down. Good hold up, 2-2. Five to 1. Runner number 6 out there at first, and that is strike 3 called as he goes back to the bullpen.
Now batting, number 94.
And the shortstop is Leo Dallas DeVries. As he comes in, and he is going to blister that one high in the air. And that is going to get down, and that could be extra bases. And run number 6 across the score. Run number 7 is out at second, and that's a double meat cheeseburger, courtesy of our friends there at Whataburger. So that's double coupons for any day you want. And right there and in for a strike, it's 0-1. Line out and the ground out, left fielder Albert Fabian coming in for this one. Well, after tomorrow's game, 105, Missions will head up to IH-37 as they head to Corpus Christi. Take on the rival next-door neighbors, Corpus Christi Hooks. That is right there, line drive. That's up to center for a base hit. And the catcher has to get back and jump up to get that baseball back in his glove. And now nighttime coming in as that's a strike right there. Ethan Salas. 2-run shot, RBI. Home run, a single, and 2 for 2. Boy, San Antonio has this chance tonight. Winning another would give them a 2-0 advantage and put Amarillo down to an 0-2 of the start of this season. Yeah, I know, John, it would be very hard to see them lose tonight and try not to get back up on the horse in this one. 6-1 our score. San Antonio up 5 runs. That one down and out, 2-2. Geisting is talking with the home plate umpire, and he was wondering where that call was. He said it was down. It's 2-2. And that one back up the middle, and that'll bring in a run. Boy, howdy. And just the runs come in bunches, right, Bob? I got to say, they do. If you put that ball in play and you know it's coming, then you know you really got something going.
One strike.
Joshua Mears, a run, RBI, and a double, is 1 for 2 of the evening. So San Antonio has the upper hand in this game. 1 run bottom of the first, 4 runs bottom of 3, 2 runs in this half inning. Down and in, 2-1. Now, I remember back in 2018, it was the Frisco Rough Riders who came up against the San Antonio Missions, winning a 21-4 ball game. I mean, I gotta say, that was just unbearable to even look at, that the Rough Riders, 21 hit, they got 21 runs, 21 hits, and at least 3 to 4 errors on that one. I mean, go figure. Marcos Castañon coming in as he's a ball inside, 1-0 the count. That one high and outside, 2-0. Boy, 7 runs, 10 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base for the San Antonio Missions here this evening. That one is inside, and the count now 2-2. Tower of Americas, boy, beautiful shot right there as we all look at it. In downtown San Antonio. That one outside, full count now, 3-2. Right fielder Jacob Campbell now on deck for San Antonio. And that is ball 4, and that's a big mistake there as that loads up the bases.
Number 7, Jacob Campbell.
Boy, a grand slam would make it 12-1. Oy, oy, oy. Well, that give you the heebie-jeebies just thinking about it. I mean, if you're a starting pitcher on the mound, I would be shaking in my boots if I was him. Yeah, probably me too. Think about, oh hell, I hope I sure don't get a grand slam right there. Right there, hit the second, and that does it. But they leave the bases loaded. And boy, the heart racing could come to an end for that starter on the mound for the Sod Poodles. Well, a couple of runs on the hits and no errors, and at least the bases were left loaded. So we now head to the 5th inning as Anderson Rojas will lead things off top of the 5th when we come back here in the San Antonio Missions second night of our home opener in 2025. Well, we head to the top of the fifth inning for Amarillo. We're back here on the San Antonio Missions Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob. And Anderson Rojas coming in. 7-hole batter for the Sod Poodles. As Bergert coming in, and that's going to be well hit to the second, Cedeno.
That's an out.
And that's going to get right to the first baseman, Castañon. Alvin Guzman, center fielder, coming in. Boy, I'll tell you one thing, John. They have really not been hitting that ball hard. Well, even though with the wind blowing, San Antonio has a 7-1 advantage against Amarillo. And that could mean this could be another win for the Missions if they get up to the top of the ninth inning and see if they could get in there and try to get something going. So close game last night, and we have it written down. It was a 3-2 ball game as San Antonio wins the first in the season. So right there, that is fouled in the count 0-2. Seven-one our score. Alvin Guzman, the 8-hole batter, coming up. And the pitch. That is right there. He dives! Did he get it? Yes, he did! Oh, my goodness. Boy, Rojas at third. He is getting down on his knees. Make the catch. Look at that. Beautiful play. Finesse is what you call that. Oh, boy, howdy, John. And yes, he really did. He got down, and that was really good play. And I would say there, Bob, he was alert. By golly, he was alert. Catcher Caleb Roberts coming in. 2 away, nobody on for Amarillo. That one fouled off, and the count now 0-2. Does your voice hurt when you yell like that? Nah. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. High in the air. Shortstop DeVries has it, and he drifts off to the left to make the play. 5.5 complete here this evening, and San Antonio still has the upper hand. It's 7-1. Well, back here for more baseball as Cole Roederer will lead off the bottom of the 5th when we come back. Well, about set for the bottom of the fifth inning here for San Antonio, and we're about ready to go. Well, thank you, Bob. Cole Roederer coming in as we lead off this half inning. 7-1 ball game. A cool Saturday night.
Ball.
1 ball, no strikes to count. Well, it is a chilly one, in fact, and so far our temperature for tonight is 45 degrees. 1-1. Swing and a miss right there, and that's count now 1-2. Well, the game is halfway over almost on this Saturday night, with the Missions up by a 6-run lead against the Sod Poodles. So for everybody enjoying our broadcast tonight, we thank y'all for coming in, and yes, we got a lot more baseball. Yendry Rojas, the hot corner third baseman, and this guy keeping on tabs for San Antonio during that last play, getting down on his knees.
Ball off the plate.
Could get that gold glove right off the bat. Oh boy, and a gold glove?
Outside.
I mean,
1-2.
There's been a lot of gold gloves given out over the past 4 years in Texas League Baseball. Yeah. Here's a 2-1. That one driven nicely up to left, but doesn't get down up to the left fielder's mitt. And that is out number 2. Nerwillian Cedeno coming in and ready to go. Here's the pitch. That one lined beautifully up to right center. That's a base hit. Boy, pretty good right there and stuff.
Now batting, number 94.
Well, that'll bring up the next batter up. That is second baseman Leodalis DeVries.
No, that's a ball.
And that is inside for the ball, and the count now 1-0. 2 doubles, RBI, 2 runs by DeVries. And the shortstop position is 2 for 2. One ball, no strikes to DeVries, and that's in for a strike. It's 1-1. Well, I will say, John, that this ball game still has a little ways to go before we come into a decision of who's winning this one. Yeah, for sure. But with a team like San Antonio, they could definitely try to win this one and put it to a 2-0 victory. I gotta say, absolutely right there, John. That one up to right, and it's going to fall down. And the right fielder is getting in. Runner from first coming home in to score, as that will be an RBI double by Leodalis DeVries. And boy, that center fielder tries to reinforce the right fielder. And that's going to bring in left fielder Albert Fabian.
Hey, right.
1 for 3, single. Ooh, wait, and we could feel that breeze coming in through the window.
Strike.
And right there in the end for a strike, it's 0-2. New score, the Missions have 7 runs. And right back to the foot of the pitcher, and he'll get that one. But a run in to score on a couple of hits, no errors. And at least 1 left on second. End of 5 here tonight, top of the 6 as San Antonio leads it 8-1. And that'll bring up Manuel Pena as he comes in for the Sod Poodles when we come back for the top of the 6th inning. Top of the sixth inning, set to go for the Missions Baseball Network. Well, that'll bring up the leadoff hitter, Manuel Pena. Boy, Berger doing really good as he starts the sixth inning.
Good one.
And right there in the end for a strike, it's 0-1. 7-run lead, San Antonio up by the 7. Boy, Amarillo just needs to get some home runs and base hits, and that's going to be right there to the center fielder, and that is going to go knee-high deep as the center fielder, Mears, gets in there and makes the play for the out. Shortstop Tommy Troy up to bat now for Amarillo. And the pitch. Right there in the end, strike one, the changeup. Boy, wind is coming like nothing else, but a lot of baseballs hit out of the ballpark this evening. That one high in the mound. Cedeno on off Castañon as he gets in there to make the grab, but there's 2 away. So that's going to be an infield single fly out. And the first baseman, Jackson Feltner, coming in. Boy, you don't want to see that every day there, John. I mean, when you have an infield fly rule, that's just a butt kicker right there, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I know what you mean there, Bob. No balls, 1 strike. Feltner 1 for 2 of the night for the Sod Poodles. And the pitch. That one outside, 1-1. Still a pretty good, decent night, even though chilly weather. So hope you guys are getting the hot chocolate at the concession stands. Even though $1 does not sound bad for a cup of hot chocolate, I mean, it's pretty good.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And people up in Amarillo staying nice and warm. Midland as well, as temperatures are freezing. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Get them down. And that's the end of this half inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody on for the Sod Poodles. 6.5 as San Antonio leads it by 7. It's 8-1. So we're back here as the catcher, Ethan Salas, will lead off the bottom of the San Antonio 6 when we come back. Bottom half of the sixth inning coming up for the San Antonio Missions Baseball Network. Well, catcher this evening, Ethan Salas. 2, 3, and 4 due up. Bottom of 6 will take a strike inside. It's 0-1. Barnes and Buckus warming up, a righty and a lefty. For the Sod Poodles here tonight.
No.
That one is outside. It's 1-1. Amarillo, after tomorrow's game, they'll head home and 6-game set with the visiting Springfield Cardinals. Here's the 1-2. That one chopped to second. Ground hop to first, and that's out number 1.
Now batting, center fielder Joshua Mears.
Well, Joshua Mears coming in as we get set for that. No balls and 1 strike to him. And that's a strike inside to the center fielder. It's 0-2. That one driven to center. And that's out number 2.
The first baseman, number 6, Marcos Castanon.
Marcos Castanon coming in. Yes, he's ready to go.
Ball inside.
That one outside, 1 ball and no strikes. 2 away, nobody on. Bottom of 6, it's a 8-1 San Antonio lead. That's a strike down and in. And you don't see that every day, do you? No, you do not. Driven up to center. And that's the end of this half inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody on for the Missions as we head to the 7th. And it's a 8-1 score for the San Antonio Missions. Well, we're about ready for the stretch inning to come in. Gino Groover will come in for the 7th inning when we come back on Missions Baseball. About time for the start of the 7th inning for Amarillo. Right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, I've got to say, Bob, our proud sponsor tonight's are coming in as we get set for the 7th inning. West Creek Trail Rides, Whataburger, Henry's Puffy Tacos. Our great supply places like Petco and PetSmart. Bark in the Park is tomorrow, so that'd be nice. It's 63 degrees as we get going on that one. All right, well, leading off for the Sod Poodles, top of 7. Here is Gino Groover coming in. The wind up the stretch. Swing and a miss, and that's a two-seamer in the glove. And that's a strike 0-1. The 0-1, that is chopped foul, and it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Swing and a miss, get him down, and that's out number 1.
The right fielder, number 12, Gavin.
Probably going to need the space heater, right, Bob? No, I think you might. Now here's the 5th batter, Gavin Contencello. So he comes in. Set to go. And that's a strike inside. It's 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. And the pitch. And that is right there in the inside for a strike, and it's 0-2. Boy, and Bergert, he's got high confidence level, first pitch for strikes. He's really been going after it. Right there, that is up to left field. That's a base hit. And Cedeno gets it back in, and
now batting, designated hitter.
we'll get something going as that be a 1-out single for the Sod Poodles. 6-hole batter, Kevin Sim. And the pitch. That one high in the air, up to center. Mears getting up there, and he'll make it just shy of left field, and that's out number 2.
The left fielder, Anderson Rojas.
Anderson Rojas coming in. 1 for 2 with double. Playing up in left field for the Sod Poodles. The pitch, swing and a miss right there in the end for a strike. It's 0-1. Man, this guy is really good. Bergert should get a gold glove for San Antonio. But even though we do have, after the end of the first half of the season, which that's in July, we will have our gold glove winners coming in as we'll have our live stream on the final home game of the first half. So that's a 1 ball and 2 strikes to count now. Boy, the wind is blowing tonight. Chilly temperatures moving in. And you could probably hear it through the windows.
2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Anderson Rojas. Last half of the 7th inning coming up. The pitch. That one high in the air and foul, and that'll be still holding on 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Rojas. And the pitch, swing and a miss. Get him down, and that's the half inning over. So 2nd time of the season is get up a stretch. It's take me out to the ball game. San Antonio leads it 8-1. Get up a stretch as we take you out to the ball game, and You can stretch your legs. Why did the turkey fall down the ladder? Because he had no legs. I'm just kidding. We're back for more baseball here on the second game of our 3-game set between the Sod Poodles and San Antonio. Well, bottom of the 7th for San Antonio, and hope you guys enjoyed your 7th inning stretch here at the ballpark. We'll now take it back to John as he brings another pretty good inning of baseball. Take it away, John. Well, thank you, Bob. But first hand, we have a new hand on deck. Heading to the mound now is Kyle Buckus. 94 4-seam slider and a 2-seam fastball on that one.
The right fielder, Jacob.
Right fielder is Jacob Campbell as he comes in. Now, hope you guys enjoyed. Like Bob said, the seventh inning stretch is always get up and stretch your legs and don't become a turkey just sitting there. Oh, goodness, John, you make me laugh. Oh, do I? Well, why did that turkey fall down the stairs? I don't know why. Because he had no daggum legs. Oh, man. That one blistered high in the air, deep to left. And he's going to hit the wall. Boy.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
Almost ran out of room right there to get that one. And that's an instant replay. Yeah, he had his back to the wall. Few more inches and it would have been San Antonio's 9th run of this game. But by golly, that would have been really cool. Cole Roederer, the designated hitter, is up again. 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts with a impaired ground out. Boy, I tell you one thing, you do hear the wind, and boy, 1 ball and 1 strike as we look over the home plate area, the first. Just a beautiful but cold evening. Well, cloudy and cold, but so far the clouds will go until tomorrow afternoon. And that's a swing and a miss right there, and that's 2 down. Well, first strikeout for the reliever and third baseman Gendry Rojas coming in. 2 for 3, 2 singles, a run. Well, after tonight's game, it's our first ever fireworks show presented by West Creek Trail Rides and Dr. Pepper. And so far, pretty good on that as well. Tomorrow's series will conclude after our third and final meetup, and after that, Springfield will be down in Amarillo. Amarillo goes home to take them on. San Antonio heads to Corpus Christi, take on the Hooks in the 6-game set starting Tuesday. Well, 3 up, 3 down, and that means this half inning is concluded. And we head to the top of the 8th inning as San Antonio leads 8-1. So back here for more Texas League baseball as Alvin Guzman comes in for Amarillo. Back for more baseball on this Saturday night. Right after commercial messages. Well, as we start the top of the 8th inning, we are going to have a new pitcher on the mound as we get set for a new pitcher coming in.
Alvin Guzman.
Well, Alvin Guzman coming in, and Jason Blanchard first to meet him up at the mound.
Jason Blanchard.
Doing pretty good on that. Well, go ahead and let him warm up a little bit. All right, so Alvin Guzman is leading us off here with Jason Blanchard coming in. And that's going to be lifted high in the air, deep to left. Fabian under it. Near the warning track makes the catch, out number 1.
Now batting, catcher Caleb Roberts.
Well, that'll bring in Caleb Roberts, the catcher. And the pitch. Right there and in for a strike. It's 0-1. That one right and foul. And that's 0-2. Top of the 8th inning, one way, nobody on. 0-2 count, Caleb Roberts. The pitch. And that one is highly popped up right there near the bench area. And that is fouled off, still holding on 0-2 to Roberts. Swing and a miss, and that's a changeup, and that's 2 down. Well, that means Amarillo have their final 4 outs to come back in this one.
Pena.
That'll bring up Manuel Pena. Pena coming in, and he's going to lift that one up to left. Fabian under it will make the grab, and that's this half inning over. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody on for Amarillo. 8.5 complete as San Antonio leads it by 7 runs, 8-1. And we're back here as Norwelian Cedeno will get things going for the bottom of the 8th for the Missions. Bottom half of the eighth inning for San Antonio, right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, up to bat, 8-9-1 due up. Nerwillian Cedeno will lead it. In the pitch. That one high pop-up right there. Second baseman runs down after it. And that is a quick out, number one.
Now batting, number 94.
Well, Leo Dallas DeVries, 3 for 3, 3 doubles. 2 RBIs, 2 runs for him tonight. Gotta say, he is a really good new prospect for the Padres organization. What, 2,083? That's a lot of fans right there. Could pack up to 5,000, but evidently with the cold weather coming in from Amarillo, Midland, and up west, I think a lot of people would stay home and watch the ball game from there. That one high in the air, deep to center, and that's out, number 2.
The left fielder, number 30, Albert Fabian.
You know, Albert Fabian coming in as well. I'll tell you one thing, one more out for San Antonio, and it will be finished.
Ball.
That one is high and outside. It's 1 ball and no strikes. 2 out, nobody on. It's a 8-1 ball game as San Antonio led the charge from the 3rd inning onward. Kind of pretty cool when you look at that. But anyway, things are going in San Antonio's favor tonight. That one is right there, laced up to left center. That's a base hit. So still a little fuel in these guys. Give that big salute right there. That's a salute to the veterans who have currently served, and thank you guys.
Ball. No.
My friend up there in Muskogee, Oklahoma. Pretty much 2 more years for him until he completes his 8 years. And he is officially retired after his 8-year, 2-term deal. 1 ball, 1 strike, Salas. Coming in now. That one blistered high in the air, up to center. And that will pretty much finish that 8th inning off. Well, 1 more shot for Amarillo as no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. Top of 9 coming up as Tommy Troy will lead it off here in this half inning. So back after this for proud sponsors of Dr. Pepper. Top of the ninth inning, set to go right here in the Missions Baseball Network. Tommy Troy gets things going here in this half inning as we're set to go. Well, Wichita and Springfield played today, and evidently that was really good. That's going to get down. Line drive, and that's a base hit. And that's going to be a leadoff double as Troy trying to push in some runs and try to keep this game alive for the Sod Poodles. 3 outs is pretty much all they have left of this game. 1:05 our first pitch tomorrow afternoon. We are out, headed to Corpus Christi after tomorrow. That is right there in the end for a strike, and it's 0-1. Jackson Feltner, last time up 1 for 3, a home run, RBI, and a run. Pretty good on that. Right there in the end for a strike, it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, the pitch. That one is right there, line drive, and that's going to get up to left for a base hit, and that's going to force the run in. And the Sod Poodles will get one back.
Now batting, third baseman, Gino Groover.
So now probably a 6-run lead San Antonio holds on to. 8-2 our score as third baseman Gino Groover is coming in. Double play will get him 2. And a Taco Bell one.
No ball, 1 strike.
There's a strike in there, and Groover. And the count now is 0-1. The pitch right there, foul. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Swing and a miss, get him down, and that's 1 away.
The right fielder, number 12, Gavin Conicello.
Gavin Conticello coming in now. As he's ready to go. And the pitch. Right in the inside corner. That's a strike inside, and it's 0-1. Right in no man's land. Boy, that was pretty good, right, Bob? I gotta say, absolutely right there. Well, our score reads San Antonio 8, Amarillo 2, but boy, they are still trailing 6 runs from catching San Antonio in this one. 0-2. High in the air, and that is out of play, foul. Oh, 0-2. Fouled off again, and he'll see another. No balls and 2 strikes in this one. The pitch. Swing and a miss. 2 down.
Now batting, the designated.
Boy, and one more, and San Antonio has this game in their favor. So that means 2 wins will get them started. A bright and early lead in the Texas League. Pitch right there, swing and a miss. That would pretty much put San Antonio to the first place position if deemed necessary. 0-1. Right there, Rojas gets it. The first. Castañon will get it. And San Antonio wins this one. 8-2 the final on a Saturday evening. Boy, a great game tonight for this team and for all of us here. It was a pretty good evening in this one. Well, hopefully it's not too cool. I mean, one more game tomorrow night, or tomorrow afternoon, I should say. But evidently we did pretty good. I sure did, John. And, well, one more for us. And then it's off to Corpus Christi right after that. That's right, Bob. Don't forget, on Tuesday, April 15th, is the 6-game set with the Northwest Arkansas Naturals. Pretty good on that. Well, a missions victory in the first fireworks show of the night. Ryan Berger will get the win. Austin Pope is credited the loss for the Sod Poodles here in this one. But that third baseman Rojas really did a magnificent job as he got down on his knees in this game at third to stop the diving play. And he got down there and he made it happen. This game is down in the history books here in the Texas League. Well, that's 2 wins. And we are going to write that down. Well, anyway, let's go over your runs, hits, and errors. First for the victorious San Antonio Missions. 8 runs on 13 hits, no errors. Boys starting to see the fireworks shooting off right now. 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Amarillo in this ball game. Broadcast time, 2.5 hours. Right on the money. So pretty good right there. For all of us that joined us tonight, pretty good evening, right? I got to say, John, absolutely right. But sure hope when this colder weather moves out of our area, we'll have a bigger crowd. Yeah, we might. We'll have to wait and see. But evidently, we did pretty good tonight, and hopefully everybody gets warm and makes a vat of hot chocolate when you do get home. So anyway, I hope everybody has had a great evening. One more game left with the Sod Poodles. We start 1:05. First pitch. Hopefully tomorrow afternoon. Should be partly cloudy. And until Tuesday, when we're at Corpus Christi there at Bayfront Park, we'll see some much better weather. Yeah, we might. But anyway, for all of us here tonight, we've had a fun time and just glad that we took you out to the ball game. This has been Minor League Baseball, the show here in San Antonio. Final score, San Antonio 8, Amarillo 2. So pretty good evening tonight. So hope y'all drive home safely and see y'all again tomorrow afternoon. We open at 12 o'clock, first pitch at 1:05. Have a good night and also drive home safely.